We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, Yolanda's here. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Um, so sorry I'm a couple minutes late, you guys. Just was trying to get everything up and running. I was saying on my live stream that I am not the most technologically savvy person always, so it's sometimes kind of interesting, but the more we do things, the better it gets. So I just wanted to say thank you for those of you that were here. I hope I didn't keep everybody waiting too long. I can't wait to get into it. Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. So glad that people are here. Excuse my lateness. I am going to later on in the stream when we get done or close to done, I'm going to shout out a couple of my friends that are doing amazing things. I just got this t-shirt from Liberated Women Do Make Liberated Decisions from my friend Jada, who's running that campaign. So I will put the link to her merch in the description. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope y'all are ready to get going and write a little bit. Got my water. You know me, I have to have my cold water. So I just wanted to start out with a 10-minute, just really quick, get our muscles warmed up and get us writing. And let's see, with everything that has been going on this week, let's write about let's do 15. Let's do a 15-minute optional prompt about a time when your best laid plans just did not work out. If you, like always, if you're already are working on a work in progress, then you go ahead and take that time and I will check in at the end and see how everybody's doing. I'm going to find us a 15-minute timer and start that. And you can either do the optional prompt or your work in progress. And we'll check back in about 15 minutes and see how we did. So let me just get that. Black cat ears on the top. Awesome. See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have a good cup of water. You gotta have your hydration. So let me find the and if anybody is ever interested in being a co-host and being up here with me, I always forget to tell people that that's a thing. Most people's writing sprints, there's at least 2 people. So if anybody wants to pop on screen, like just let me know and we can make that happen. Let's see. 15 minutes. Ooh, I found a good colorful timer and I can pop that on. Ba-ba-ba. And we'll do that in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, we are back. How was that for you all? I hope you all were able to get down some words, those who are working on a specific work in progress. And for those of you just hanging out, I hope that the optional prompt was able to help you. So while I'm waiting for people to be able to type in the comments how they did so I can shout them out, I'll tell you a little bit about a best laid plan of mine for today that was a complete fail. So, and it wasn't anything crazy or too negative, but I can laugh about it now. So, for those of you who may not know, I have arthritis. So I have arthritis treatments via infusion. Well, my doctor's office, who I love, there's a chain of them. They have, I go to the DC office, but they have several offices in Maryland, and they have a fairly new office in Fairfax. I live in Virginia. So because I had to have a blood draw, I said, well, I'll go to the Virginia office because it's closer to me. I said, and if I like this place, then I can come here more often, and then I'm not having to go into DC and the traffic and the trying to find parking. So I go there, and it was not terrible. I'm not going to throw these people under the bus. It was not terrible, but it was kind of a really small place, and they forgot to check my temperature before they let me go back with the techs to take my blood. So this one was like, oh, we forgot. And then they like ran in and took my temperature on my forehead. And it was just a comedy of errors. And they had trouble finding my vein. And it was kind of so I had this whole plan that I was going to love this different location. It would be easier. And then I kind of didn't. So that was my best laid plan that did not work out today. So, but got my blood drawn, and it was fine. It was uneventful. They were an interesting group of people. But in any case, more important than that is how you all did. So we have 578 words, having a day where my wrists are starting to hurt. That happens to me too. A good friend of mine actually was telling me that when she gets to that wall where her wrists are starting to hurt, she'll actually dictate. So she'll actually just kind of dictate the words. I don't know if that's something you've considered, if that's something that works for you. I don't know how my brain would work with dictating my words, but it's an option when you're having those days where your wrists are really killing you. So I know I sometimes will record it into my phone to type it later, because dictating it right into my computer, I don't necessarily like it for myself, but it's an option to consider. And we got 501 words. See, this is why I call you all that write with me the fastest finger crew, because I swear I can do a 10-minute sprint, and these people are just like, I got 800 words in 10 minutes. It's beautiful. I love it. I cheer you all on. You all inspire me. Whatever. How did they forget to take your temper? They knew. And this is my good friend, Tamla, who's amazing, by the way. Plug, buy her book. I'll link that later when I link the t-shirt and the merch. Anyway, I was wondering if my tech was new. So I was trying not to overreact. It's just with everything going on, for me, it's a little difficult for me not to overreact. And the fact that their waiting area was open, the office I typically go to for my appointments and my blood work and all that, they don't allow anybody in the waiting area. So these people were like, yeah, they told my husband, come on in, you could just wait for her in the waiting room. And they just had every other chair blocked off, but the place was so small that was still not anywhere near 6 feet. Like, the chairs weren't even spaced. They were just the kind of the rows of chairs. They're like, oh, just sit every other seat. It was interesting. And then the tech lost my vein twice. So I did not have the most confidence in their ability to, I can laugh about it now, but I was telling my husband, I was like, I'm a little concerned because they lost my they lost my vein twice. So I'm like, I don't know if I really trust them to do my IV infusion if they can't really do a quick and easy blood draw. Perhaps I'm being judgmental. I hope not. But was not excited nor happy about that. Between that and the forgetting to take my temperature, I was like, yeah, don't know if I'll be back. Um, so that was that part of my day. So for the next optional sprint, maybe we'll talk about not worth the. You're right. I was because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but with everything that's going on, especially in my area, and we already kind of our cases are starting to not spike, but it's already some kind of gnarly things happening where I live. I'm kind of apprehensive. If it wasn't COVID, I might have just been like, oh, well, I think it was a new person, but I just really didn't feel comfortable because it was a very small waiting area. And then for them to kind of let people just kind of hang out was like kind of skeeved me a little bit. So, I mean, they all had on their masks. So that was like the bare minimum, but I was skeeved. Um, so if everybody has, it looks like we all have a work in progress that we're working on. So how about we go into, I'll find a 20-minute timer for us and we can just go into a 20-minute and see how we do, because I'm actually working on a couple of fellowship applications that I have been putting off because of imposter syndrome. So I need to work on that stuff. So I will set us up for a 20-minute and we'll come back and see how we're doing at the end of the 20 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see here. Oh, I found the matching 20-minute timer from the one that I just ran. So we'll get that up. Okay, that was a fast 20 minutes. Was it just me? I felt like I just got started. I was like, oh, that's the bell. How did everybody do? I know you all got a crazy amount of words. Already know it. So I was working on my artist statement. The thing about fellowships, especially for people that do poetry, it's a really abstract, which that's good because it's a creative thing, but also sometimes the application questions can be so abstract that you're like, what the hell are you asking me? It's like, I want to answer your question. I just need to know what it is. Um, I've been known to have that effect on people. I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry. I know I have done the same thing. If I'm in other people's YouTube spreads, and sometimes I'll miss the timer, and then the person's like, "Okay, we're back," and I'm like, "Oh, we're back." So let's see. We got 685. Damn, that's pretty good for 20 minutes. Then we have 821. You know what thought I just had when I saw 821, and I don't know why this just popped in my head. Um, I don't know if you all know that song "Devil Went Down to Georgia," and the person is having this battle with the devil, and he starts playing the violin, and the flames are shooting out, and it's like the fiddle and the flames are shooting out of the fiddle. I saw 821 in 20 minutes, and I was like, the flames must be shooting out of the keyboard. Oh man, but that's amazing. Keep going. That's great. 821. Let's see. You got Yolande feels my pain working on her artist statement too. Thank you. You understand. Me and Yolande took a class together. So and Tamla has 322, which is hella respectable for 20 minutes. I didn't even get that many because I'm trying to answer the question and get everything in. So I'll go back and edit this down a few times. But this is actually for the watering hole. They do a poetry retreat every year from the 26th of December to the 1st of January. I mean, this year is going to be virtual, of course, but I have been asked to apply for maybe the last 4 or 5 years. And I think I applied once and they didn't have enough room for me. And then my imposter syndrome was like, yeah, I have no business applying to that. So in my attempt to shut that off, I am applying this year. So I actually had an email at work that I had to stare at when I was thinking, I don't know what you want from me. That's me all the time, whether it's work or because I do freelance work with usually medical and health writing and stuff. So sometimes people will send me something, and sometimes it's a long email, and I've read it through 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, but what does this mean? I'm like, I see the words. I like to think that I have at least a minimal amount of word comprehension, but what does this mean? So I'm always so sometimes I have had to call somebody else, a third party, and say, can I read you this paragraph? And can you tell me what you think this means? Because I got nothing. Academic paper. You have my respect because the academic, I'm thinking about going back for my master's, which, sometimes I feel like it would just be easier to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to build a plane from scratch because I've been out of college for 10 years. Yeah, I've been out of undergrad 10 years. So I don't know. I would love to do that. I really have I don't want to say a passion, I have a really deep seated interest in certain academic topics and writing about it. It's not easy, I will say that. The research I could do all day. I love the research aspect of it, but writing everything and getting it into that format and making it make sense, you have my respect. Let's see. Finance class today. It's like it's trying to communicate with me. I do the same thing. I'm just like, it's so often I'll have Edward come in and I'm just like, Edward, I'm like, Edward, like, help me with this. So I was like, I don't think I'm doing stupid. Sometimes I'm like, is it me? Did my brain do a stupid? Like, I don't get. Yes, building the plane while flying is ever so much fun. That's what I have heard. I have a few friends who have gone back for masters and a couple who've gone back for PhDs, and yeah, building the plane while flying. That's what I feel like with some of these fellowship applications. There's actually a micro grant that I'm also applying to. It's great, but it's also super intimidating. But I'm going to keep applying. You all inspire me to keep doing it and not give up. So let's give us, because it is almost 10 o'clock. So I'm going to give us probably, I'll do another 20-minute because I've got nothing but time, but I know that not everybody stays up as late as I do. So let's see how we feel at the end of a 20-minute, and then that will determine what we do from there. Pull that up. Okay, we're back. I'm trying to make sure that I don't say that too loud. I don't want to startle anybody because it happens to me all the time when people sprints. So those 20 minutes just keep going faster and faster. Okay, let me have it. How'd y'all do? Word counts. What went well? What didn't go well? Are people tired? Start to hit a wall? Running, screaming? What's going on? I was able to get some good progress on my artist statement, which sounds so big and important, artist statement. But I was able to get some information that I like in there. So I am happy with that. Of course, I'm gonna have to go through, add on to it, and edit it down, and make it pristine. But I'm happy with at least some of what I got for the artist statement. And they wanted to just be a few paragraphs, which is also really intimidating because you give me this big, huge question to answer. And then it's like, can you do this in like 300 words? It's like, I could, it's like, I don't know, can I? Okay, 823 words. Okay, you are on fire, ma'am. Probably literally, because I think the sparks are still flying from the keyboard. So when the COVID is over and I finally do see you in person, I'm bringing you one of those cute little mini fire extinguishers that you can get from the those boutique shops that sell the hot sauce. So you get the cute little mini fire extinguishers. I'm gonna bring you one of those. All in good fun. Let's see. 5:35, not bad. Brains jelly. Okay, I'm headed that route myself because it's been a really long day. My blood draw was at 10:15, and now that I've moved a bit further out with traffic and everything, I was up pretty early, so this might be the last sprint for tonight for me because I need to rest and regroup. The good thing is every Wednesday, same time, same bat station. So we'll be back. Rough draft. It's getting rougher and rougher as the deadline is closer and closer. Don't I hear you? Don't I hear you? That's about where I'm at with a lot of my application stuff. Write a poem. Yes, I have to do that too. They want to see portfolio stuff. But the good thing about this particular fellowship application that I'm working on now, and actually the micro grant as well, they will accept audio submissions. And I feel like I'm one of those people that certain pieces of mine are better if you can hear me read the piece. I think sometimes it goes over better. So not that it doesn't go over better in print, but I think when people don't know you and they don't know your voice and they're reading off the page, they don't always hear it the way you would say it. So I'm excited about that piece of it. And with that said, yeah, it's about 10:23. We're coming up on 10:30, so I think I am going to wind this down for us. And I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I always love it. This is like the thing I look forward to the most during the week is to thank you. So I read really well aloud. And the thing is, I'm actually working on some videos to put on this channel because people are often asking about my work, and I would rather be able to show them, like send a link and be like, here's the stuff I'm working on. Here's some of my poems. So I'm working on uploading some stuff if we can just get past my perfectionism. So I've actually recorded stuff. It's just a matter of editing it to my standard and getting it up. So that's something that's happening. So you all look, if there's nothing on my page by next Wednesday, feel free to yell at me in the chat. I really would appreciate that. Just scream at me and be like, where the hell is it, Portia? Where is it? I'm like, okay, it's happening. So thank you again. And I always forget this part, but if there is anything that you all have that you're promoting, whether it's like a different write-in somebody does, or they have merch or books or whatever, if you have a link, I will scroll it up, because a lot of people catch these write-ins in the replay, and a lot of people will write along with it even when they can't catch it live. So if anybody has anything that they want to promote or anything that they want to get eyes on, I'll run it along the bottom and broadcast the link. And I can even put the link in the description when I update the description of the video for people that'll be watching it later. So just, even if it's not tonight, just something to keep in mind just in general. I have zero issue doing that. As a matter of fact, let me find my friend's t-shirts. She has t-shirts and hoodies. So it's this whole liberated women make liberated decisions, and she has a couple other things, coffee mugs and things. So I'm going to, just if anybody's interested, I know for me, with fall and winter coming up, I wear a lot of hoodies. So I'm always looking for a cute hoodie or a mug or something. So I'm going to, let's see, where's the link? I thought I had it, but then I have more tabs open than should be legal. So let's see. And I hope I'm not too late. I hope that it's not over. It was not a Kickstarter. It's what do you call that when you sell the merchandise? Oh God, my brain is saying Kickstarter, but it's not Kickstarter. It's the other one, the oh gosh, because I have somebody else that's doing one. Teespring. Yeah, Teespring. So I'm hoping that it's not over. Let's see. Let's see if this link works. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, here we go. We have the, I will put it into the chat, and then I'll also put it in the link description. But I wanted to thank you all once again. You all have a fabulous, fabulous evening. I will see you all on next Wednesday evening at 9 o'clock. See you then. Bye-bye.